Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. In a previous video, I covered the ImmersionRC Powerplay. This is a H.264 60 frames per second DVR monitor and battery pack for your Fat Sharks or other various FPV goggles. I really like this thing. The recordings that come out of it are really nice. I like the fact that the battery pack is inside of it. The one big thing that I really wish this would have done is recorded ambient audio. Audio around the operator, not so much the onboard microphone of the craft, if you even have an onboard microphone. So I wanted to get onboard audio, so I managed to do that, and I'm going to show you how. First thing first is, if you like what I'm doing here, please like, subscribe, check out my Patreon page. I do monthly giveaways. I give you first access to my content. You get exclusive access to my Discord server where, I'm there. I'll give you a hand. I'll help you out, whatever you need. Check out my Patreon page. I really appreciate it. Check out my Etsy shop. I, just like some other people do, make cool stuff and put it on the internet. That's my plan. That's what I want to do, and that's what I've been doing. I really appreciate all my patrons and all my viewers. Please like, subscribe, and here we go. So here is the star of the show, other than the power play, and it is this microscopic little microphone. This is from Rush Racing. You might know them from their incredible line of VTXs they've been making. They make a automatic gain control microphone. This runs on 5 volts, as you can see. 3 connections, ground, 5 volts, and audio. This thing is super small. I don't have enormous fingers. Nope, that is just how small this stupid thing is. So this is going to be the key to getting audio out of this. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll show you what I did. So first things first, yep, got to take the batteries out. And as you notice, there was no external modifications to the case. You can't even tell it's in there till you get it open. So here we go. Get those out of the way. And go ahead and just lift the top, push down the screen just ever so slightly just to get it to unlock itself. There's your front bezel, and there is your innards. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. Get a nice good look at this. All right, so this is the inside of the ImmersionRC Powerplay. The screen is not attached to anything. It just kind of sits in there. It's attached by this ribbon cable. You don't even need to mess with it, but if you want to take it out, just lift up on this black bar and the ribbon cable slides out to the left if you want to do that. Like I said, it's not necessary. So here is where we need to get to, and that is, let's see if I'm getting even closer here. Come on. There we go. All right, so here is our microphone. This is our Rush Racing microphone. And here is the external power jack. This is what goes to your Fat Sharks. And interesting fact about this is it doesn't output power unless you actually have the plug stuffed in the receptacle side, If this isn't plugged in, these leads don't go hot. And it's kind of interesting. Must have to do with parasitic draw, something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But that is, that's how that works. So really simple. You're going to get your power off of this leg here, ground off of this one here. Now this is full pack voltage, so this will run all the way up to 8.4 volts on 2 fully charged 18500 batteries. And this says it's only 5 volt rated, but I have ran it all the way up to 8.4 and it works just fine. I don't know how long it'll run for, but it seems to work just fine. There is another way to get power. You can get 5 volts off of, here and here, but it'll be hot all the time. And it's not a lot of power, but that is another option. I don't really recommend that one. I recommend going this way. And so here is our jack. This is where our audio and our video signal comes in from our Fat Sharks. And here are the solder leads from that jack here. So you're going to solder to this one right here in the center. And that will get you audio from the microphone into the jack here and onto the DVR. So that's it. It's a pretty simple mod. A little bit of foam tape. Just jam it right in there. And it's pretty simple little mod. So yep, just get all in there, and then you just kind of put the cover back on. You may have to kind of push this ground wire back in behind the bezel there, and that's about it. It does compress the foam tape just a hair, which is just fine. That's kind of why we got it in there. I considered wrapping it with Kapton tape, but I didn't want to cover up the microphone since we aren't actually exposing the microphone element to the outside. It is just a little bit muffled, but honestly, it does not sound too bad. Go ahead and close this thing back up. And that's it. That's the mod. Like I said, there's no evidence of it being modified on the outside of the case at all in any way. So let's fire up a quad and see what this sounds like. All right, so this is the ambient audio on the ImmersionRC Powerplay using the Rush Racing automatic gain control microphone. Pretty easy install, plenty of room for it. The thing is absolutely tiny, and I believe this is probably better than it recording the quad audio, because quad audio is usually garbage. You do have to go and turn audio off on your rapid fire module. Other modules, I don't know if you have that option or not, but I would look into that. If you don't, then there's probably a way you could modify the cable and just leave the audio wire out of it. At least that's what I would do in that situation. I'm not too worried about recording quad audio anymore, just because if my quad has a microphone, it's usually a full-size quad, and I've got a GoPro running anyways. I like this thing for the micro quads, like this Tiny Hawk. And in that case, there's never going to be a microphone anyways. Well, I'm not going to say never, because there's a possibility, but most likely not. So, all in all, I'm very happy with this mod. The audio is just a tiny bit muffled, but it's not that bad. You need to kind of I'm just speaking like normal volume, normal cadence, nothing special. The automatic gain control will you'll start to get like a background hiss if things get too quiet. I kind of wish, ideally, it'd be great if, they didn't split up the channels between left and right audio coming out of the Fat Sharks to the Powerplay. It would be great if you could record like goggle audio on, say, like the left channel, and then the ambient microphone on the right channel. I kind of have to look into that a little bit more, but I don't think that they split the audio up on the DVR, even though it does record in stereo. I think it's a mono input mixed to stereo when they record it. But like I said, a little more investigating's got to go into that. But I really like this. This is definitely something that they should have done, or at least made it an option to turn it on and off from ImmersionRC. So if you guys are watching, if you're listening, which I know you're not, but that would be great if you made that an option, because who wants to hear quad audio anyways? Oh, I love the Tiny Hawk. This thing is so much fun. Such a good flying quad. Alright, well, I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I'll just keep flying. I'll do a quick pass over my head so you can kind of hear what the quad sounds like. And from the outside of the case, you can't tell that anything's been done. If you're curious about doing this mod, check out the links in the description below. They are affiliate links. They help bring cool stuff like this to the channel. The PowerPlay was provided to me by Banggood, which kind of allows me the freedom to do things like, I don't know, go in and poke and prod this thing for an hour and a half to try to find out how to wire up a microphone. If I paid for this thing, I probably wouldn't mess with it for the fear of burning it up. But not to say it's worthless because I didn't pay for it, but it does take that, I don't know, kind of takes that factor away from it. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, a little less gun shy of maybe accidentally borking the whole thing. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by, thanks for checking this out, and I will see you next time. Peace.